are these people?
This week, Stefania Maurizi, we won our FOIA case on Julian Assange in London. There's a judge in London, Judge Foss, who ruled that the Crown Protective Services, and we've talked about Stefania before, must shed light on the destruction of key documents on Julian Assange. Now, this actually was when Keir Starmer was in charge. She published this in Fatto Quotidano, the publication she writes for in Italy. Okay, she said that for more than 9 years, we've been trying to obtain the full documentation on Julian Assange and WikiLeaks case. And after discovering that part of the documentation was destroyed in 2017, we've been trying to investigate why it was destroyed and to determine if there's some way to retrieve it or if it is now really permanently lost. Judge Foss has ruled that if the Crown Prosecution Service authorities do not comply with her order by February 21st, their refusal could lead to contempt proceedings. I don't know what that means, but they have, who's representing Stefania, why the truth still matters even if Julian is no longer in prison. Julian is now free after a legal and judicial saga involving 3 U.S. administrations, those of Obama, Trump, and Biden. WikiLeaks founder was allowed to leave Belmarsh in June after 14 years no longer walking the streets a free man. The United States let Assange go, but not without demanding their last pound of flesh and an admission of guilt. WikiLeaks founder was placed before a choice: either plead guilty or risk spending the rest of his days in a maximum security prison in the United States for publishing secret U.S. government documents revealing war crimes, torture, and atrocities from Afghanistan to Iraq to Guantanamo. To Vault 7 also, by the way.
Yeah.
As the New York Times put it, I'm sorry, CIA. Did I say CIA? I meant New York Times. The agreement means that for the first time in American history, gathering and publishing information on the government considers secret has been successfully treated as a crime, and this new precedent will send a threatening message to national security journalists. But that plea deal is not only a sort of Damocles hanging over the heads of reporters should they, like Assange and his WikiLeaks colleagues, reveal state criminality in the future. It places a tombstone on the truth for the WikiLeaks founder. Indeed, in accepting a plea agreement with the U.S. government, the Australian journalist was forced to give up his right to uncover the facts behind his persecution using FOIA. But that doesn't mean that Stefania had to. Assange is free, but the truth is still far away and must be sought before, with the passage of time, it is buried forever. Because it matters. And not just to him and his organization. The truth matters, first of all, because although the Assange case is closed, there's no definitive confirmation that the U.S. government's investigation into WikiLeaks is completely closed. And secondly, because the persecution of WikiLeaks has been one of the most extensive in the history of Western journalism. Ola Binny's still out there. Kirsten Hernaufson is still out there. They may not go after Julian, but that's not stopping them from going after anyone at WikiLeaks. Stefania. Persecution riddled with grave abuses from the arbitrary detention of Assange, established by the UN Working Group on Arbitrary Detention, to the CIA plans to kill him, still under investigation by the Spanish Judicial Authority, or also recording him in the Ecuadorian embassy illegally, or. If in a democracy, a news organization and its founder can suffer abuses of this magnitude without any of the responsible authorities being held to account, other journalists will be subject to them, Richard Medhurst, creating a climate of intimidation and impunity. All right, so read the rest of this article by Stefania. Outstanding. I love Stefania, another Indie Media Award honoree, class of 2023. All of these links will be in the description after the show, by the way. Kit Klarenberg also wrote a new article this week, another Indie Media Award honoree, inaugural class 2022, both for the Gray Zone and individually for his work on the Assange case. that it's official British military facing extinction. I got a lot of questions about this. I think this is a lot of hopium, honestly, and I love Kit, but he makes a compelling case.
I've read some stuff about their Navy that is very similar.
Yep.
So, I mean, it costs too much. Literally it's that. Everything's outdated, right? The upkeep is crazy. Everything costs ridiculous amounts of money.
It's one of the
and
things
it's not really useful in warfare anymore.
It's one of the things that broke down the Soviet Union. Was the maintenance of the military. You have this massive beast to maintain. So check out. Here's the rusting Royal Navy ships on the chopping block. Again, I think he's making a case that, look, there never seems to be a shortage of money to pay for all of this stuff, to update and upgrade. And there's never a shortage of money to pay for Western imperialism. So I would not underestimate.
You got money for war.
Money to, but they got money to feed the poor. Yeah. A very famous sage, murdered poet once said that. Then we've also got La Fleur Productions. On 11th of November, our friend Cathy Vogan, another Indie Media Award honoree from Consortium News, was locked out of her X or Twitter account in a beyond Kafka-esque vicious circle. She remains not just locked out, but permanently suspended. She wrote a letter to Twitter.
Fuck Twitter.
Twitter support. All right. She said, the only thing I have to add at the end is that I have been on X, formerly Twitter, for 15 years and have never had any issues with the platform. However, I'm told that this technical issue, as it's been explained to me by X, has triggered a warning when people try to view my account, stating that it's temporarily restricted. That was way back in November. But now it is permanently suspended. All right. Oops, something went wrong is trending on X. But we did a video about this, and luckily some people saw it. I published it the other day, and that got some more people talking about this again. And yes, Cathy is permanently banned and suspended right now. If I click on that, account suspended for violating the rules that she didn't violate, that they didn't tell her what she violated. She thinks that it might have been that she had DM'd a few people a link, but we DM people links all the time en masse, and we've never been suspended for anything like that. When she gets into the Arc Rose challenge, it puts her into this loop, which then says that she can't be verified, and now she can't get in it at all. And the problem is that now her 15 years of archived tweets have disappeared. All of the record of her reporting on the Assange case disappeared. Her pinned post and a video with John Pilger disappeared. This is a wrong that must be righted. Please, everybody here, tweet to @X, @support, @Linda YX, whatever her name is, Linda Yaccarino. She's their CEO. This is a travesty of justice, of course, and it's done intentionally because they want to silence the record. So frustrating. So frustrating. I have to say. Now, finally, I wanted to give a big shout out to my brother and friend, the Golden Monarch. We talked a little bit about the wildfires in California, and not just the wildfires, but the fires, Paradise, all the stuff that's happened this week. Golden Monarch was talking months ago about Santa Monica, and that it was weird that they got this, they planned and committed a bunch of resources to a Bitcoin office in downtown Santa Monica to make themselves the Bitcoin center and hub of the world. In the meantime, you know what they weren't doing? Fixing the fire stuff. I don't know what happened with Santa Monica, but read this article from Golden Monarch. All right, this guy is a ex-firefighter, union firefighter. His name is Dominic Bay, president of the Santa Monica Firefighters Union, and currently the founder and CEO of a nonprofit company, Proof of Workforce. This whole thing just stinks. It just stinks. Proof of Workforce is proof of nothing. I mean, I don't even know what they describe to be workforce, but it's wrapped around crypto. Like, it's a proof of something stored in a crypto. But guess what you need in order to keep the crypto active? Power. Anyway.
Power?
Yeah. So, by the way, I'm also going to be having a conversation with the Golden Monarch on Tuesday. I don't know if I'm going to put that out Tuesday night as a podcast or it'll be just over the weekend. But we'll put that out at some point during the week. And I'm excited to get the opportunity to talk to Golden Monarch. I've never actually spoken to him. And he did a podcast with Abby and Mikhail over I'm so sorry, I can't remember the name of their podcast at the moment. It escapes me. Somebody dropped the name and link to Abby and Mikhail's podcast over there. Noteworthy. It's called Noteworthy. That's right. I'm sorry. I love you guys. Golden Monarch went over there and did a podcast with Noteworthy as an anon. So I thought he's been doing such great work, honestly, on all of the crypto stuff that there's so much there that people still haven't really figured out or bit into. And he's already talked about some of the Bitcoin influencers and how crypto and sports have mixed together. Talk about the Luigi coin. Yes, there was a meme coin wrapped around Luigi Mangione. Amazing. Just like around the Hawk Tua and that type of stuff. And he covers all that. But most importantly, he's making the link between Bitcoin and crypto and Ethereum and Zionism and Azov Ethereum and what's happening with and how that's funding Ukraine and
it's a psyop.
Yeah. So again, goldenmonarchnews.substack.com. Go check him out, follow him, and look for the podcast for he and I to have a one-on-one. Before
have
we
a good time with your Bitcoin.
Before we cut out of here real quick, let me again one more time make an appeal to everyone. Again, I know everyone's struggling. I know it's so tough. I put up all those stories of everybody who really needs a couple of bucks. Everyone does. I would say give to them right now before giving to us. But I appreciate everyone who does. I saw that we did get something in, and thank you so much. I don't know if it was Sean or if it was someone, Kameshwari Kate. I didn't get to see who it was, but thank you. Oh, there you go. Mikhail said we had him on twice, but I guess the second episode got taken down. Oh, that's too bad. I didn't realize that. Bad Cookie says
I am once again asking for your financial support.
Bad Cookies gives the Monarch credit as well. Looking forward to that very much. Again, I'm proud that I inspired him to take his rantings from the Hardlands Discord and turn them into a publication that people can subscribe to, and more people outside of that Discord can see and understand what he's learning and uncovering. So, good times. I'll bet Indy walks like that woman in the Seinfeld episode who didn't swing her arms. Oh, that's really funny. Thanks, Mantis. Yeah, very, very much so. I walk with my hands at my side.
Elaine.
Yeah, Sean says it's hard, but we have us and we only have us. Yes, and we've got Sean, and God, thank God for Sean, man. And Sean's also going through fuck cancer. Sean's beating the shit out of cancer too, and he's just finishing up his treatments, and we love you and deeply appreciate you and glad that you're here.
Turbo cancer?
No, not a turbo cancer, though there are turbo cancers popping up all over. Things are tough all over.
What about fuel injected cancer?
Oh God.
No?
That sounds like I might actually want it. Okay, so reminding people that we made a new we made a new channel. No, I don't want any kind of cancer, especially fuel injected. That's gross. The Ocho is a new network and channel that we created underneath INN for the lighter side content. The reacts, the wrestling stuff, the sports stuff is all going to go over here. The gaming stuff, and maybe even some reactions to MMA. I know Reef had taken some notes on last night due to the fight, and we might record something and try to get something out here throughout the week. We'll see there. Again, yes, God bless you.
I got to figure out how to get more time in the week.
Yeah, that would be nice. Squeezing in a couple hours would be.
Anyone knows how to Yeah, like a little time turner, time travel, something. We'll figure it out.
There you go. Mikhail, there he is. Follow Mikhail. Follow Noteworthy. Good podcast. Okay, so the Ocho is our new channel.
Podcast.
You can follow it over on YouTube and
The
Rumble.
Ocho.
We have not made any new additional channels yet for it. We plan on at some point spreading out to also create a channel on Twitch and Kick, if nothing else, because those are platforms that I think that might work there.
Can't keep giving us nothing and think we're bluffing about coming for your heads. Why play civil if you won't listen to 50,000 dead? And now we know our mission, we form a militia, make Congress a prison. No, I play civil when all these dead won't make you listen. What's more American than slaying your oppressors? What's more American than liberty or death first? God, I thought we were founded on abolishing the tyranny of those who would starve a village all to live empirically. And I regret that I have only one life to give for my cause now that I can see the cause so clearly. See, I want our leaders, regardless of party, to fear me.